tried to show me how to live when all it was no. And why did I never listen when you would listen to me and make the wrong decisions, resisting the help I need? Oh, I know I could have done better, oh, to keep you next to me. They say to blame it on the weather. Oh, hell no. I could have done better. 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 I could have done better to keep you next to me.
Tried to give the best of it, but it was coming undone. Oh, every choice filled with regret, till the night we were done. So sick and tired of trying to listen, but feeling so misunderstood. Every word and action misfigured by promises no good.
And why did I never listen when you would listen to me and make the wrong decisions, resisting the help I need? Oh, I know I could have done better, take me up to heaven. Yeah, she got me reaching still. Nothing to stop me falling. Who knew that looks could kill? I don't wonder why I'm breathing heavy like the weight of it's on my chest. On my chest. Cause it ain't no lie, I need it more than any metaphor could express. Could express. Could express. If looks can't kill, maybe I'll die tomorrow. But I'll be reaching still. Cause it's a feeling I can't let go. If looks can't kill, then maybe I'll die tomorrow. One foot on the ladder. Yeah, you know she got me climbing still. Nothing to stop me falling. Oh, who knew that looks could kill? I don't wonder why I'm breathing heavy like the weight of it's on my chest. On my chest. Cause it ain't no lie, I need it more than any metaphor could express. Could express. Could express. If looks can't kill, maybe I'll die tomorrow. But I'll be reaching still. Cause it's a feeling I can't let go. If looks can't kill, then maybe I'll die tomorrow.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want now. This ain't what you want. Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I whip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Alright guys, welcome on in, and we are joined along with Morgan, who is leading the pack right now at a 141 blistering pace with the McLaren. And if my sound sounds any different, please let me know. But we do have Sam Dumoulin right behind him with the 141. Our top four in our 141 splits is going to be Dang, McDonald, Dumoulin, who's in the pits right now, and obviously Mr. Morgan, who we were tagged along with. I think everything is all settled right now. No drop frames, looking pretty good. I don't understand why it's doing that. Option. Yeah. Now, who just overtook Morgan was Mata, as we saw in race 3. Mata and Morgan were going side by side for most of that race for a little bit, and they are within a tenth of a second from each other, actually half of a tenth of a second. Dumoulin just a tenth of a second behind him, and right behind Dumoulin is McDonald. And our... Oh, nice. It's already here. Sweet. Right here. It's up there. Sorry, will do. I will definitely put that intermission next time. I just was trying to fix it really quick. Alright, so the order of today, Mata actually taking up the first spot. Morgan in the McLaren with a 141.8. So he actually posted up his best time of 141.4. That would be Mata. Morgan posting up a 141.8. Right behind him, 141.8, and just slightly right behind McDonald with that 141, and who also gets to join him is Mr. Tyler Trumbull in that 141 club, and Try Dang. So we have 6 in the 141 club, so we should see a lot of good action. And now we have a lot in the 142 club. In number 7, we do have Amon. Patrick Amon. No, I loaded the liveries before the whole season started. I know we're supposed to do it every race. There we go. We have Goose right behind him with the best lap that he posted up. Also in the McLaren. McLaren seems like a cheat code. We also have Stefan Buckley right in number 9. We have Ian Demler. Saw him on the track for a second. We have Schreiber 8. Schreiber in 11th. We do have Dan Fernandez. Brett Storm in the 13th spot. Robert Logan, 14th spot. Alex Cruz with the Walmart Bag Racing team. We also have Nightshade in 16th. Julius Tan in 17th. I want to get a better, like, bumper's not it. Here.
30 seconds.
I guess here would be pretty cool. Who's come?
20 seconds.
In the 19th, we have Zoik Jean?
10 seconds.
Caden Hudson in 21st. We have Chad McLean in 22nd. We have Brendan Whipple in the 23rd spot in the Porsche, and it looks like he's going to be in the pit starting out, as well as Tyler McCullough and Peter Pastry in the 24th spot. We have Brian Miller in the 25th spot. Robert Hadley, 26th spot in the Ferrari. we have Joel and Mentor in the 27th spot. Tyler McCullough starting in the pits. Alexander Taylor starting in the pits. Brandon Whipple starting in the pits. And those are our three. As we're going to get into our first lap of the day. I want to thank you guys for even coming in and bringing some good followership here. I'm going to try to give you all the action as I see it. And you see Mata taking a big lead out in the front there. I also want to give a big shout out and thanks to our big supporters out there using our Patreon. And Julius Tan, Tier 1. And this is a big one, guys. Our Tier 1 Patreon members get a two sessions a month for coaching. I think that's a big deal. If you guys are having some plateaus there in your game, definitely think about doing that. Also, you get to have some number advantage if you guys wanted to be a member out there. In our tier 2s, we have actually tier 1 as well, Nate Schreiber. Thank you. Let's go. Get it, shitties. Was saying let's go. We do have an awesome time here. Tier 2 for our Patreons, we have Abdul Ralph. We have Brian Miller, Joel Price, Jose Hernandez, Josh Grush, Kenneth Mateo, Neil Baravitos, Tyler Carr, Valena Nightshade. Thank you for the dono for sure. Thank you so much. In our tier 3 Patreon members, we do have David Morgan, Joe Kaiser, Nick Schillig, Bill Cryotheos, Robbie Daniel, Robert Logan, and Steve Salone. Thank you guys. And in tier 4, we do have Marcos Pimentel. This all goes into having a great community for you guys and some great coverage. So thank you. As we get underway, the lap 1. Here we go. Hit up to Mata starting us off. Head up into the helicam. Into our last turn. Mata and Morgan, Dumoulin and Trimble, McDonald. This is going to be crazy one with the top 5 here. In this top 5, who do you guys think will take it out?
Green light, give it all you can.
Here we go. As we're going to round out into our first turn here, it's going to be a big breaking point. Let's see if anything goes wrong. Going back into the pack here. Everyone 3 wide there with Buckley, Schreiber, and Dermiller. Going off to turn 3. Mata is making a big push right now. And a big push as he gets that push pop all the way through the Flintstones. There we go. As he settles the car through this nice turn here. Braking zone. Does very well not slipping up. Easy. As he's making it look too easy at the moment. Dumoulin actually taking second. Trimble taking third, and Morgan settling out in the top 4. McDonald actually making a move right now. Into top 3. Nope, top 4 right now. Big action. Morgan and McDonald fighting for position here. Big breaking point. And it's all who doesn't load off into this next corner, and you could slip up at any time. Can we get the TV one? Thank you. No slips here. Good times coming from Mata as he is leading out by a little bit of a pace here. We're going to go back into the 5th place. Looking at Patrick Amon hitting up into the top 5 there. Putting some pressure on McDonald. Woo! Heading into his back bumper. Putting some major pressure on McDonald as Patrick Amon goes into this next turn. If he could speed onto him, he could have a good run at this. And it looks like he has a good swing here. As the top 3 do have their positions pretty much settled, we're going to be following Patrick Amon and McDonald. As he overtakes onto the right side, he does have a little bit of a push. Patrick Amon is definitely putting on the pressure on McDonald right now, as he might have had a little bit of track cut right there for McDonald, but maybe not. Now Trimble is working on Dumoulin, as you can see there. Patrick Amon getting a good braking zone, nothing too crazy. Now Mata is having a 3-second gap right now between everyone. McDonald overtaking Trimble. Patrick Amon actually getting onto this inside. Can he also take it as well? Wow, Trimble slipped big time as Dang looks to even overtake, but he doesn't have the momentum there. Dang looks to take the inside, cutting him off. As Dang was not able to get that position as well, Julius Tan is picking up a 15-second. I do not know what happened, but we are following this top 6 action. Big braking zone here. This is all momentum based, and if you screw the momentum up, it could be a bad fall in the back. Dang is working on Trimble in the Porsche, in the black Porsche. Working on Trimble in the Ferrari right ahead of him. As we're going to look for some more. Schreiber is a big mover right now, and he's going to be looking to catch up with the top 6 as he's leading the top 7. Mata is having a big push with almost 4 seconds on Dumoulin. Schreiber's making his way up there, and there's a little bit of action as you can see on the bottom of your screen. With Dang and Trimble, as Dang does pick up that spot. There's a lot of fighting going on, so you could possibly see Schreiber catching up. It does look like he was able to catch a groove there, and this is all what this track is about, is catching a groove. We're going to follow on with Nick Schreiber here. As there's some fighting in the top 4 here, let's go over to Patrick. Big movement here. Oh, big hit. Boy, taking out Patrick Amon. Wow. Bad move. Let's see if he can get all the way back up, but that does put him in 11th spot. As Schreiber still is in the top 7, Patrick Amon will begin to make his way back up, as he does have a faster pace than the top 4 ahead of him. Now the best lap is set by Mata. Let's go check in on him, as he is sailing pretty much smooth right now with 4.5 seconds. Dang, making a move, as there's a big, a small window for these 3 cars here. You have Dang, Trimble, and McDonald. Trimble did have a bit of a mess up there, and he got a couple spots taken away from him, especially in this zone. So he looks like he's struggling, as Schreiber does take up 6th spot. Schreiber, as you see there in your bottom right hand screen, he is taking up a lot of good moments for him to catch up to this pace, as he has a 143.1 and the pack ahead of him does have a 142.9, so he may be able to get up in that spot for the top 6 as long as he can keep up his momentum. Now Trimble is catching up on Dang. It's a big momentum swing here. Oh, as Trimble takes a too close of a cut on Dang, he ends up going to the outside of the field, and now we're going to go over on with Schreiber and Trimble. Schreiber could eventually get to this top 5 here, especially with Trimble getting shaken up. I wonder what his nerves are feeling at this moment. We have a 5-second gap between 1st and 2nd. Really good gap between these two. Goose is actually putting some pressure on Schreiber. This is the easy part here. As long as you get a good early entry into this. Looks like he's forcing a little bit. We're going to be following on the Trimble's wing here. Big catch up there, as long as he can catch the momentum. This is what the track is all about right here. Some tracks are definitely more tailored to turns, but this one, especially in the back half in Sector 3, is really tailored to having just a good momentum, following in, and not wiping out. Good entry from Schreiber. We could see him catching up on this draft here. Go ahead over to the helicam and see where our next couple are. We're going to go over to Robert Logan. Ooh, we have a big move by Jean. Ian Loosecombe actually losing a spot over to Jean. Oh, big movement, pushing him off. And oh, wow. You hate to see it, but Loosecombe was a big movement there, pushing some people out of the way and not airing right there. That was crazy. As Patrick Amon was pushed off the track a little bit earlier, he is still catching back up. He's still in the top 10. He was 11th when he was crashed. He is trying to make his way back up, fighting with Buckley in the GTR ahead of him. I wouldn't say the GTR would be very beneficial on this track, but he is being able to keep off Patrick Amon and that Ferrari car. as he is just outside of the zone here. Amon is in the top 10, taking the pits early on. I wonder what happened to his car. It might have been some body damage. But we do have a drive-through from McDonald. We're going to take you over onto Goose, as he is fighting with Morgan and Buckley right behind him. But Schreiber did pick up on the top 5 here, so we'll go ahead right ahead of him. Morgan right behind Goose, putting on that pressure as much as he can, as you know Morgan does. Big movements. Trimble looks to have gotten some steam underneath of him and driving with confidence easily. As Schreiber is leading the top 5 group. We do have a crash going on. I don't know who that is. Ooh. Now the gap between all these cars right here, from Schreiber to Goose to Morgan and Buckley, is all about a second and a half here, so we're going to be sticking with this action. Although there is Robert Logan and Ian Demler. I think I'm saying that right. Is a big movement from McCullough. We're going to stick on the Goose here, as no one seems to be getting the better of anyone, as we do have 30 minutes left, and that does open up our pits for the day. Logan just got off the track. Let's go to a backup here. I do want to get a better look at that, as who pushed who. This is a replay, not live. It should be a replay. He just pushed too hard, as he got way too loose with it. Now there is a bunch of action going on the track right now. We're going to be heading over to Demler. What is going on? So many movements. There we go. We're back to live. Patrick Amon back in the 17th. I don't know what happened. I don't want to push the replay button just in case it messes up more. But he is in 17th. I bet you a bunch of pits just happened. They're doing undercuts. That is what's happening. Now, with all this action going on, guys, what do you think, or who do you think should be finishing out in the top spot, or even the top couple spots here? We're going over to as McLean and Dimmler are attacking right now. This is the closest gap that we have on the track. Dimmler trying to make a move, especially in the chicane area. Easy on the inside. Let's see if someone could get a good push over to this sweeping right-hander and eventually pushing over to the left-hand side. Late breaking point. From Dimmler as he is pushing onto the action. Go ahead over to camera 1. Getting a sweeping right hand over to a good left hand. Dimmler eating some of that curb. Nice. Maverick with the 700 subscribe. Dimmler losing a little bit of action. Now we're not quite half. Oh, the hour race? No, I think it's 45 minutes. Anyway, as Mata is having a 12-second gap, I'm going to be bringing you the action as close as I can see it. And Fernandez and Nightshade bringing you the action. Nightshade in the beautiful car. Actually, that's Fernandez. Loving it. That's okay because Schreiber is still in 17th. We lost a lot of positions, but there's still plenty of people having to pit. In fact, we'll go be bringing up those times for you right now. Oops, not like that, but like that. Some close action with Schreiber right now, fighting with some blue car. And McDonald right behind him, as Fernandez is stopping McDonald from getting anything closer. As we tag along to McDonald, he should have a faster pace than Fernandez, but blue carring is the Fernandez. As Mata's right behind this, so we're gonna have some crazy action between. Oh, Schreiber just got taken out too. Now we do have to watch Schreiber's miss. What happened? Let's go back 30 seconds. Did he just push it a little bit too hard, especially with Mata right behind him? Oh, taking on Tyler McCullough in the process as well. Now Mata is in first, but he's having to battle out a lot with these blue cars with Tyler McCullough and McDonald. Pretty much everyone is a blue car to him. They're all the enemy. He at least feels like he's having a race right now. Even though he has a 7-second lead. 12-second lead, actually. Sorry. Almost a 13. Nice, as Mata sweeps right into this left. Hernandez gets out of his way. Easy does it. Mata overtakes, as he does have a faster pace. Go over to... We have a good battle going on between Trimble, Buckley, and Morgan here. And these are, as you see it, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Now, 4th, 5th, and 6th. As Trimble takes 4th, Buckley 5th, and 6th is Morgan, as you see this trio going to this first turn. Very surprised that Morgan isn't pushing a better time here, as we've seen him perform quite professionally at every other track this season. Big move over by Buckley, taking on the inside, but it's soon going to be outside. Still taking on the inside. Trimble might be just getting too much pressure, as Morgan is pushing onto Buckley. Buckley's taking it like a champ, just watching ahead of him. Easy does it. Morgan giving supreme pressure. Buckley handling it with equally as much finesse. Now the pit window is going to be closing in about 5 minutes, so that does leave about 2 laps for these guys to take. As Tri-Dang and Storm are in pits at the moment. It's going to give a window for Buckley, Morgan, and Trimble to take up those 2 spots. Head over to the helicam right before we head over to the turn 1. Now our next closest gap I'm going to be bringing over to you is Julius Tan. Julius Tan in the Lexus, which I have not seen. Oh, big crash from Logan. Let's see what happened there. Go push that 15 seconds. He just pushed onto it too much and did not get away with it. As Julius Tan is now in 13th, and it looks like everyone is cleared up. Just about. Nick Schreiber taking a 15-second penalty. But Julius Tan looking for his way to crack into the top 10. His times will have to be a little bit faster, as he is pushing a 1:44, but his best has been a 1:42.9. And the pack ahead of him as looks like it's a little bit slower, so he may be able to crack the top 10. Be back with that, but let's go over to Storm, as Brett Storm is taking on Alex Cruz, about a half a second away. Into the hairpin, down to the sweep. Will he have enough momentum? As Brett Storm does have, looks like, a pit from last lap. But their best seems to be Kraus is having a faster pace than Storm. But Storm looks like that draft is really helping him out here. Let's go over to this long straight. As he is on the bumper, let's go over to that bumper. Now we do have Nightshade still looking to pit, as he is 2 minutes within that window gap. Red Storm really pushing here. Looking for an entry. Lost time. Close is close. But Brett Storm taking it from Kraus, making it look easy. As now Brett Storm does take over. Nice move by the gentleman in the Honda. Heading over to Morgan, as these two have been battling it out for a couple laps now. And as you see in the back there, Goose and Dumoulin taking each other out as they go in. Let's go see that action. Oh, just too much was given. Now we do see the MO from Morgan pushing on that pressure. Let's see if he can beat him in the hairpin. Looking for his way on the inside. No go. Head over to camera 2. Heading down to the sweep. Easy does it. Break zone. Going to be on the bumper of Buckley.
Pit window is now closed.
As Morgan looks for the inside here. Could have it. Heading down the straight. Over to the helicam. He does want to take up this draft. As we all know, the Nissan GTR does have great forward speed here. Better entry from Morgan, it looks like. Still battling on. Oh! And a lot of brake applied over to Buckley, but he still has that first. As first place is still with Mata and having an 8-second lead. Third place, or second place over to Tri Dang. Third place with Tommy Trimble. And as we see here, Stefan Buckley is defending off the top 5 from... Is that really Dexter Morgan? No, David Morgan. That would be crazy though. As David Morgan looks to overtake in this hairpin again, that's where he looks like he seems to have a lot of progression here. As last lap he was on the outside, as he does stick to the bumper of Buckley onto this hairpin. Going into the sweep, let's head over to camera 2. Easy momentum from Morgan. Looks like Morgan might have the momentum. Coming into the last turn. glue he is. Because he is 0.3 right off of his bumper. Now the draft is going to be imperative. And people need to start making their moves as Nate Schreiber has taken his top 10 position once again. Down to the chicanes. Over to the sweeping left. Morgan is just applying so much pressure, and I haven't seen Buckley budge once. He is a machine. But Morgan is just glue. As Morgan just waits as he mounts his pressure every turn. Getting into every window, every mirror. Morgan taking the outside. Not giving enough to Buckley, possibly causing him not to take a better exit here. This fight is crazy. Now as we see here, Buckley does end up taking a good line to the sector 3 of the track. But can the pressure break Buckley? This is the closest gap on our track right now. We are going to be keeping it going here. Nothing is phasing. As last lap they ran a 143, their best laps have been 142.7 and 142.4, so Morgan has the potential to run a faster lap, and Morgan ran a faster lap last lap. As Morgan runs off the track, pushing it too much, and he falls all the way off. And Buckley is able to just hold on and take fourth as he's remaining in the GTR, looking like the Terminator. That means Goose takes up fifth, and that rounds up our top 5. We're going to be looking at another fight on the track with Joik Jean. Mata is catching up to him in the leader. In the Cool Kids Racing team, Joik Jean has been putting out his best with a 143.6, but his last lap was a 144 with a cut. Nine minutes to go about on this track. As we look again, Buckley looks to have another contender, but before that, I do want to give you guys some awesome statistics here. With our driver of the race so far, we are heading over to Tyler McCullough as he started off in 28th and has taken 17 spots and ended up in 11th. So if he could crack that top 10, but he does have a lot, not a better racer ahead of him, but a racer ahead of him that is posting up great times. And that name is Nick Schreiber, as he has only picked up 1 spot in this race, but we have seen him pick up multiple and be almost in the top 5. Another good mention is Brendan Whipple in the 668 car, has picked up 13 spots, has ended up in the 14th spot. A couple of sad performances to see here was Patrick Amon, as we did see that crash earlier. And we feel for him because he was running such a good race before that in the top 5. And another performance to see that has faltered has been from Dan Fernandez, and that's 12 spots, as he has started in 12th and lost 12 spots. Now the bigger movements and almost the driver of today is Buckley, as he has moved up 5 spots from 9th to 4th, and he has warded off Oregon. Now our best sector 1 of the race has been from Alex Krause, actually, as he takes a big hit into the wall and he goes right to pits, as he looks like his day is over. Now Brett Storm. Now obviously our leader of today is Mr. Mata, as he does bring the heat over to Joik Jean. He has ran the fastest lap, and the last lap was the best lap at a 1:41.3. Now let's head over to some action on the board, because Goose and Dumoulin are battling it out right now. As this race obviously to be any closer for Buckley, he's getting another challenger for the 4th place spot. But Ian Dumoulin taking on the inside, easily closed off as he needs to get that sweeping left to right. Braking spot is everything there. Who can be smooth with it now? Who has the moves with 5 minutes left in this race? Goose getting pushed out as he was a little bit wobbly and putting it too much, was dumped out by Dumoulin. Now Dumoulin takes up the top 5 spot. Goose literally punted out due to some shakiness, a little bit too hard, as Schreiber still has taken a 15-second penalty. Daimler now facing over to McCullough. Now we'll follow on to these guys, as Pastry and Fernandez are battling it out as well. Now Fernandez is a blue flag car right now. But Tyler McCullough is fighting off, not just yet, but he will be coming into Fernandez, who is a blue flag. Let's see if that has any bearing for McCullough, as who needs to move over and who doesn't. As we get down to 3 minutes and a half, time dwindling, as we might have 2 more laps left. Pastry easily takes away what he was considering his race and letting the other 2 fly by, as McCullough and Daimler are fighting for the position still. Morgan picking up big spots here from Goose, as Goose has slipped again. Big dump off by McCullough as Demler follows Monkey See, Monkey Do there. Heading over to another fight now is these Patrick Tan, Patrick Amon, Julius Tan, and Joik Jan. As these two are mounting very closely together, anything could happen. Especially with 2 minutes left. Patrick Amon gets passed up on the inside as a blue flag takes him over. Blue flagger into this race right now as he quickly gives it right back to him. Mata with no worries. Easily passing up Pastry.
Leaders on final lap now.
Final lap has been coming. And again, thank you guys for watching. We are going to be closely following this at the moment. As Loosecomb and the leader is right ahead of these drivers here. As close as it gets right now. Heading over to Buckley, as this could be their last lap with Shane Dumoulin and the Terminator Buckley. A little bit of bumping, as they will have one more lap to go through, right? Defending him off like the Terminator he is. Now, crossing over the gap will be Mata taking over the first position. Congratulations. Right behind him is Trey Dang.
The leader has finished the race.
Trimble right behind, actually finishes off in the top three. Great moves by him. Stefan Buckley and Dumoulin into the final lap, as he was able to pick up fourth and easily over to Dumoulin in fifth, and Morgan right behind in sixth. Big Goose, seven Goose in seventh. Anthony Kelly in eighth. Harold McDonald heading over into the ninth spot. Reiber does pick up one more spot, gets himself a good top 10 finish. And as we said before, Tyler McCullough best on track today as he picked up 17 spots. That? Oh, because they had already gone by. Well, thank you guys for even coming in. This was awesome. Brennan Whipple still on the track, finishing up. Great race, you guys, and awesome for me to call it for y'all. Hope you guys had a good night, and hope to see you guys next week. Later.
You've been talking about patience, hoping for everlasting. You're known for talking crazy. I know it's infatuation. You know I feel inside. You know what is real and I fuck with your vibe, but I don't think that we should tie. I know for real. I know the deal. Set me free. Just let me be. I know for real. I know the deal. Set me free. Just let me be. Just let me be. I got a lot to say. I hope you don't feel no way. I hope you don't make the same mistakes when you blow the flame. You're kind of obsessive to me. You're kind of too strong on your feet. I can't say that I guarantee, but I know what you mean to me. I know for real. I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be. I know for real. I know the deal. So please set me free. Just let me be. Just let me be.